Dan Neely here. Today I am going to make coconut Thai curry with tofu. So far we have toasted some coconut and that's going to go back in the dish. But right now I'm going to take it off the heat. I just cleaned the counters. Get a little bit of vegetable broth down in here. This is onions and garlic, about 1/3 of an onion and 4 cloves of garlic. While that's frying, I'm going to do this in steps. Normally I like to cut up everything before, but this dish requires you to cook a couple things for 2 or 3 minutes, and then another couple things for 2 or 3 minutes. So, as long as I'm pretty quick, I can keep up with it. I like to cut everything nice and long and skinny. You can do it any way you want, but just it really is nice when everything's uniform, long, skinny pieces. I can do it with pretty much everything in here. It goes nice with the noodles that way. This is sweet potato. It's just one large sweet potato. I skinned it. I normally don't like to skin it because it's got so much healthy stuff in the skin, but that's what the recipe calls for. Nice thin shoestring pieces. Onions and garlic are looking good. Almost done with the sweet potato. I can add that right to it as soon as I'm done. Pretty much, if you just keep on cutting this entire recipe, everything's done by the time you're done. It's kind of nice. You just have to keep going. I'm turning the water on because I have to soak these pad Thai noodles in hot water for about 8 minutes before they can go in the stir fry for a minute. Wait for the water to get as hot as it's going to get here. There's some more ingredients on the table. This is our spices. We got ginger, curry. We can add a little ginger right now actually. And put that away. Turn the heat down a little bit. Now that water's good and hot. I'm going to add it up to that. Thank you. Carrots are going in. Looks like we're out of vegetable broth here. I use vegetable broth instead of oil. The recipe actually calls for oil, but this will taste just as good. And it's a lot healthier to not use oil. So I try not to. Nice long, skinny pieces of everything. Celery goes in next. I already cut it the right length to make this quicker. Cleaned everything, skinned everything. This is a really healthy dish, and it is one of the most delicious vegan meals I know. It's gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian. It has coconut oil in it. It's not dairy. One more piece of celery to go after this. And then we're going to add our spices. Turn the heat up to high. Really get this thing going. First thing we're going to add is this red curry paste. It's a paste packet. You can make it yourself. It has red chili peppers, salt, lemongrass, onion, garlic, lime peel, cumin powder, and paprika. If you want to make it yourself, I suggest buying the packet. Normally I'm a do-it-yourselfer, but I don't see myself doing that. We're going to add a bunch of curry powder. That's pretty good. And some brown sugar. That's pretty good. Take our noodles, set them up here so I don't forget what's going on. Sure does smell good already. It has a nice sweet curry aroma going. That's sweet potatoes, carrots, and celery going in there. And it's going to kind of look thick and pasty here real shortly. Don't mind that. It happens. Next, the mushrooms. You can experiment and have different amounts of all these. There's no real set amount that you need to have. They're vegetables, they're healthy for you, and if you like mushrooms more than I do, then put more mushrooms in it than I do. Zucchini. Another thing you can put in this instead of zucchini is eggplant, or Yellow squash, of course, which is essentially the same thing for cooking. Nice long, skinny pieces of zucchini, just like everything else. It's easy to cut, it's easy to peel, it's delicious. Almost done with the zucchini. I can add that right up. Pretty much every time I add something I want to give it a nice stir. It's starting to get pretty thick and pasty, just like I said it would. Don't mind that. If you have to add a little bit of vegetable broth, do it. It won't hurt a thing. It'll just cook right out of it and keep it from sticking, just like vegetable oil would. Except for the vegetable oil is not going to really cook right out of it. Put a little tiny bit in just for safety. Okay, now it's time for the tofu. I like to do basically the same thing with the tofu, nice long skinny pieces. This is extra firm. It's not that firm, but it is extra firm. So get a nice flavor. With the tofu, not as important to go beating that up yet. It's got lots of time for that. In the meantime, sweet peppers. This is the heart and soul of the dish. No, maybe the coconut milk is. But I can already smell the coconut milk just by smelling the sweet pepper for some ridiculous reason. I know it sounds weird, but the pepper smells so good. It's such sweet red pepper. Any color pepper works. The recipe that I originally saw this on used the yellow pepper. I like red peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers. Red has the highest vitamin C content. Actually, one of the highest vitamin C contents of any food is in red pepper. It's a good thing to keep in mind. The other peppers have a lot too. Now, tomatoes and sweet peas. And the coconut. This cooks for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes before we add the coconut milk. It's pretty thick, kind of pasty. Smells really good. Turn the heat up to real high here and cook this for just a couple minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to change the water on the noodles. I like to do that because they're rice noodles and I always like to rinse my rice, and I don't know, it just makes sense to change the water in the noodles. Set them here. Start putting some stuff away. And open up my coconut milk, which is going in next. Everything in this dish is organic, gluten-free. This is organic coconut milk even. Check on this and give it a good stir. You want to cook this up until the peas kind of start to change color. That's how you judge it, really. Everything else is pretty much good to go. The peas are frozen. You're just waiting on the peas now. See, the tofu breaks up a little bit, but that's no big deal. The other tofu we buy doesn't break up as much, and we tried the new brand this time, and it's breaking up. So depending on what kind of tofu you buy, it will break up or it won't break up. About 1 more minute on this before I add any milk. As soon as I'm done adding the milk, I'm going to cook it for about 30 seconds or so, and then I'm going to add the noodles, and then 1 more minute, and it's all done. So we're almost to that point. This has got to be one of the healthier dishes that I make. It's absolutely delicious, and I highly recommend making this a staple. I'd push this on someone, and I normally wouldn't do that. So if you ever went to a Thai restaurant and you wanted red curry, this is what you got. My favorite used to be the red curry and beef. Now I don't eat meat, but now it's red curry and tofu. And we're doing pretty good with this. About 30 seconds or so now, and I'll add the noodles, and we'll call her a video, since there's no real reason to show you it from there. Well, We got just a couple more seconds before we add the noodles. Take a look at that. That's what it looks like underneath there. Boiling hard. I'm going to turn the heat down to off now. I'm going to drain all the noodles. I'm going to add them up. There we go. You can pretty much cook these on like a medium heat for about a minute, but I personally like to just add them to my dish and put a lid on it and give it about 5 minutes before I eat the whole thing. Well, Aaron's going to eat the whole thing. But that's that. Hope you enjoy, and that's another good recipe for you.